Hello, guys. Welcome to Global Happenings. Today, we have a trending news here for you. And the headline of the news reads Atiku alerts Nigerians that Buhari is planning to silence Obasanjo by robbing him. But before we continue with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. All right, let's look at the news in detail. Atiku Abubakar, who is a former vice president under Obasanjo and also presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the 2019 elections, has issued a warning that the current administration has begun to look for ways to tame Olusegun Obasanjo due to his consistent criticism against President Buhari. The warning, which Atiku included in a statement on Thursday, was released by his media office. According to him, the Economic and Financial Crime Commission has been making a deliberate attempt to cause a rift between him and the former military head, thereby causing Nigerians at large to dislike him. There is desperation on the part of the current administration to rope in former President Olusegun Obasanjo into crime as a way of silencing his voice, which they see as the preeminent critical voice against the misrule that they have foisted on Nigerians. Atiku stated that for the avoidance of doubt, his son-in-law, Malam Babalele Abdullahi, did not donate any money in cash to Olusegun Obasanjo's library. He said it is true that Abdullahi facilitated a donation of 60 million naira to Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library. He added that many other individuals, including civic-minded traditional rulers, state governors, bankers, and captains of industries, also donated to the library. Atiku further revealed that as part of the plan to clamp down on critics of the Buhari administration, the Federal Inland Revenue Service officers were asked to include the Obasanjo farm. Wow. And before we go into analysis, we just want to look at some of the responses of Nigerians. And this one said, Atiku, you have become a desperado. Obasanjo was the one that condemned you to death. I wouldn't know why you are trying to protect him now. Anyway, you gang up together during the 2019 election, yet you were unable to defeat Buhari. Forget about 2023 and face the reality. That is the next president of Nigeria should come, that the next president of Nigeria should come from the southeast. Another person here saying Nigerians are not foolish. We know the truth. Any attempt to arrest or rubbish Obasanjo in any way would just quicken the exit of Yorubas from Nigeria. They informed the Nigerian government that some soldiers were dropping food and ammunition to Boko Haram in the Zamisa forest and no action was taken. Instead, they are going after Obasanjo. We shall see. We are waiting. And this one said, laugh out loud. Can anyone rope OBJ? He is something else, a man of letters. He will soon write M. Buhari if he hasn't. Leave Obasanjo alone. Allow him to rest in his old age. He has worked for Nigeria, tormenting the prominent people of the southern and middle belt. Nigeria is a disservice to the so-called country Nigeria. Spread out if you are fighting corruption. All these dead tactics are becoming childish. You can't defeat us or exterminate us by hoodwinking us and our big men. The only thing you are doing that is even in your disadvantage is that you are bringing us together, and as soon as you complete the circle, you will be disadvantaged. We can then liberate the Hausas who have been in bondage since 1805, that they were tricked into submission. Go back to your drawing board because all these may backfire. I so advise. All right. And the last one I'm going to take here says nobody can rob Baba because of free donations. Did he just put gun on their heads for them to come and donate? Everyone is benefiting from presidential library today. All right, let's look at this. And one of the things I want us to know that is that all these guys, none of them are free of corruption. When Obasanjo was there, especially during the period that both of them clash, I'm talking about the vice president as at the time of Obasanjo and Obasanjo himself, there was a lot of secrets that were unveiled. Obasanjo unveiled the secrets of Atiku, and Atiku did the same. Both of them, we already know that they were also looting the treasury of Nigeria. But right now, as we have more pressing issues to look at. And first in the list was insecurity. But right now, if you go to Twitter and other social media, you realize that slowly this invasion of coronavirus has overtaken insecurity, and the reason why it has overtaken insecurity is because Nigeria seems not to be fully prepared for its invasion. But all the same, insecurity is also they biting really, really hard. A lot of things that we have heard in this country clearly shows that the way where we are going is not really certain. The future for Nigeria is not certain. I think that's why most of the other some regions have decided to come together and to see how they can secede. Before, it was just Biafra, but now we are hearing much about the Oduduwa. Yoruba says there are more than 50 million people, and them exiting Nigeria will not be difficult. But all the same, we have pressing issues right now. Obasanjo is not even 1% of the trouble of this country. He is not even there. The problems are there staring on our face, just as someone has mentioned, the Boko boys, wherever they are, one of the northern elder statesmen and some monarch came up reporting that there is a particular forest where they see helicopter coming to drop weapons and also food for those who are, living in, for some Boko boys who are staying in a particular area. And expectation was that the military would jump into action, but unfortunately, that's not what we are seeing. Everything seems to be playing out very, very well. Nobody is querying anything. So right now, Obasanjo should not be the focus of this country. We have a lot of crises when it comes to the invasion of the deadly disease into Nigeria. We also have a lot of issues when it comes to insecurity. Right now, I think it's a case of sitting down with all those concerns from the Ministry of Health and Lagos State government precisely to see how we can iron out measures that can be taken to curb the spread of this dreaded disease. It's not just a disease whose mode of transmission is just one single way, maybe by sexual intercourse, but it's airborne, airborne, waterborne. So you can imagine if it's going to be spreading that way, then it means that Nigerians are not safe except God saves us. So right now we have more pressing issue. I think all focus should be there, because one of the things is some of this disease that we are talking about, it does not respect any person. Don't forget that public office holders will be going for different kind of meetings with different kind of person. It can come from any route. It could be by air, filters into your environment, and before you know, you take it in, and before you know, you're positive. So we shouldn't be fighting people right now. EFCC have a lot to do, especially we have a lot of corrupt leaders, and but right now we have a serious case in our hands, and until those cases are being treated, they should be given priority. They should be prioritized in the list of importance. They should come topmost, because those are the things that are aching the backs of Nigerians. We are really, really in a messy situation right now. Insecurity, we are not even sure of it. Even I believe also, my utmost belief is that even this dreaded disease that has invaded Nigeria will scare away some of those so-called those so-called insurgents, those people trying to invade the country. I think it would scare them away a little bit, because imagine, in their own camp, seeing them coughing, they start coughing, before other people will start running for their dear life. So we do not even know if this is God's strategy to see how he can clear off some of those people. All the same, we are hopeful that if all things go well, Nigeria will get out of this. Don't forget that this kind of issue came up some 5-6 years ago, and how we escape from the grip of it was beyond human imagination. Even the United States of America, they didn't think that Nigeria was going to get out of it. But here we are. We got out of it. I'm talking about when the time Ebola came into being, but Nigeria got out of it. We believe that someone said anything from China does not last. So we also believe that this one that has come in from China will not last, just that we have to follow the precautionary measures. And but so what I'm trying to say in essence is, hey, please free Obasanjo. Forget about him for now. Would come back to his situation if he's even guilty. Let's face the reality that is staying at our face, and that is insecurity and also these diseases that is plaguing the country. That's where we're going to leave it. Please go to our comment section.